Episode 7, Song and Lightning Abilities. The next morning, Yae woke up, showered, and dressed in her new uniform. Today marked the first day of her army training. Upon arrival, she was greeted by a towering figure, General Captain Ozo. "Today, soldiers, we will work on combat skill level 2, said Captain Ozo. "Also, we have a new member joining the team. Everyone, let's welcome Yae Littles to our squad." "Hi, Yae. Welcome to the team, where the strong only get stronger," everyone said in unison. "Thank you, everyone," said Yae. "Alright, let's get started," said Captain Ozo. "I want teams to form up and line up to confirm all squads." After 15 minutes, all teams were set, each drawing a number from a bucket to determine their matches. The challenge was clear: defeat the opposing teams through hand-to-hand combat, weapon combat, or raw power combat. "This will be a full team battle royal," shouted Captain Ozo. "Everyone, take your positions. Remember, no bloodshed is tolerated in training." Yae was assigned to her team's raw power combat role, utilizing her special abilities and magic. She was joined by Yuka, a fierce close combat specialist, and Yamaiko, a magic weapon expert and strategist. "Let the battle begin," roared Captain Ozo. The vast, open-world arena erupted into chaos. 30 teams clashed in an explosion of fists, spells, and weapons. The weak were quickly eliminated. Yae's team swiftly took down 2 squads, reducing the competition to 15 teams. Soon, only 7 remained, and the battlefield turned into a treacherous stealth zone. Meanwhile, in Momiki village, Mae and Kuromi had traveled to a rare merchant settlement known for selling the most valuable weapons. Kuromi approached a shopkeeper and purchased 2 black diamond swords and a pair of lightning-infused daggers. He handed the daggers to Mae. "Use these against powerful monsters and demons," said Kuromi. "I'll train you before we begin our journey." "Fine, I'll be ready," said Mae. "We'll rest here tonight," said Kuromi. Tomorrow, training begins. Back at the Battle Royal, Yae and her teammates faced one of the final 4 teams. They had one more battle ahead, if they could win this fight. Yuka launched high into the air, then dived like a meteor, slamming into Mon, Kiyu, and Hermina. A shockwave erupted, sending a blinding smokescreen across the battlefield. Boom! Yuka darted through the smoke like a phantom, delivering a devastating barrage of punches toward Hermina. But Hermina swiftly dodged each strike, until Yuka vanished mid-punch. Yamaiko, standing in the distance, raised his sword to the sky, infusing it with raw ice magic. Instantly, a sub-zero mist covered the battlefield, freezing the ground solid. "There she is!" shouted Mon and Hermina together as they activated heat vision detection. Kiyu unsheathed his sword with inhuman speed, so fast it seemed like he hadn't moved. Slash! The smokescreen and icy mist vanished in a single stroke. Suddenly, invisible slashes tore through the air, striking Yuka and sending her crashing into a pile of rubble. Yamaiko appeared behind Mon and Hermina, wielding duo pistols infused with a slow spell and poison gas. He fired, but they had already anticipated it. Their force fields repelled the bullets, hurling Yamaiko backward. But he recovered swiftly, unleashing a spirit cannon from his mind, blasting Mon and Hermina off their feet. Before they could react, Yuka reappeared above them, both fists glowing with gravity-infused energy. Bam! She drove them into the ground. The gravity aura made their bodies unbearably heavy. "Damn, it's hard to move," groaned Mon and Hermina. Meanwhile, Yae had been harnessing an immense power for a single decisive blow. Kiyu, sensing the danger, began gathering energy as well. But before he could focus, Yuka and Yamaiko unleashed a relentless barrage of energy blasts at him. "Impossible! How did they see through my technique?" shouted Kiyu. As the duo closed in, they attempted a pincer attack from the left and right. Kiyu dodged effortlessly, smirking. "Is that all you've got? Don't overestimate yourselves," said Kiyu. He drew his sword again. This time, an unseen force blasted Yuka and Yamaiko backward. Blood dripped from Yuka's mouth, but her eyes burned with rage. "I'm ending this now," yelled Yuka. She charged at full speed toward Kiyu, but he sneered, his blade humming with power. "Too slow," said Kiyu. As he swung his sword, Yamaiko shouted, "Yuka, it's a delayed attack. Count to 5. They both timed it perfectly, dodging every invisible strike. Kiyu's eyes widened. In that moment of hesitation, Yuka and Yamaiko struck, punching Kiyu across the face, drawing blood. "You bastards! I'll kill you all," roared Kiyu. He raised his left hand, a sinister purple glow engulfing his sword. The sky darkened as an electric storm of purple lightning raged. Meanwhile, Mon and Hermina were obliterated by a surprise demon cannon attack. Furious, Kiyu roared, "First set, Swifty slashes." The air itself became a storm of wind blades, slashing at everyone. Only Yae stood completely untouched. What is this?" cried Kiyu. "I've been preparing for this moment, Kiyu." I already knew how you'd attack, said Yae. Kyu unleashed a final gambit. First set, Demon King electric strikes. A barrage of hundreds of purple lightning bolts hurtled toward Yae. But just as they were about to strike, a radiant white force field surrounded her. Kyu stumbled backward in disbelief. Yae vanished. No. How? How can a lowly soldier be stronger than me? Shouted Kyu. Suddenly, Yae's level 2 awakening zone activated. The battlefield transformed into a tropical island paradise, encased in holy white lightning. Above her, a colossal white electric dragon appeared, its eyes burning with wisdom. Child, do you seek to defeat me to master the holy saint form, White Lightning Princess? Asked the White Lightning Dragon. I must. My sister is waiting for me, said Yae. The two clashed, their attacks cancelling each other out in a cataclysmic exchange. They battled until Yae was on the verge of collapse. Your spirit is the same as Yame and Jumo. You are their child, said the dragon. You knew my parents, asked Yae. I could take your soul now, said the dragon. But instead, I shall serve you. The dragon vanished, appearing as a white lightning tattoo on Yae's right hand. When Yae returned to the battlefield from a time pocket within reality, her hair and eyes were pure white, coursing with divine electricity. You idiot! Even with level 2 awakening, you can't beat me, shouted Kyu. But then, the sky turned white. An electrical force field sealed off the arena. Kyu unleashed his strongest forbidden technique, but Yae didn't flinch. She vanished again. When she reappeared, her fist crashed into Kyu's face with the force of a thunderstorm. Kyu collapsed, broken and defeated. It's over. We have what we need, said Captain Ozo. With Kyu's dark secret exposed, Yae had won. Tomorrow, training would continue. But for now, she stood victorious.